Welcome to this episode of Star Wars Declassified, where we look into different facts and stories revolving around the Star Wars canon universe and lore. In today's Declassified, we'll be looking at the canon story of how Jango Fett was recruited by Count Dooku for the Clone Army, and compare that of the Legends version of the story. Starting out in Legends, the story was first told through a video game in Star Wars Bounty Hunter, which sought to answer any and all questions as to why Jango Fett became the prime clone. There, Dooku first invited Jango to have him participate in what he called a special hunt for a special prey, with the reward being 5 million Republic credits for the capture of Kamari Vosa, the deranged leader of the Bando Gora gang, who was also a Dark Jedi and Dooku's former student. Once killing Vosa, Jango finally met face to face with Dooku on Kohima, a moon of the planet Bogdan, and at the time he only still knew him as Darth Tyrannus. It was there that Dooku admitted that the entire ordeal was merely a test, and that Fett had passed the flying colors. He then offered Fett a considerably larger sum if he agreed to go to Kamino, to be cloned as a template for a clone army. While not going into specifics, Fett did agree, only on the condition that he gets the first clone for himself unmodified so he can have a son. Now in canon, the story of Jango's recruitment has finally been retold through the Age of Republic one-shot Jango Fett comic, that aimed to not only canonize the meeting of Dooku, but as well add more characterization to Jango. In canon, Dooku and Jango still met on one of the moons of Bogdan, although this time it was unnamed. The largest change to the story is that now Jango is recruited by Dooku without having to go through a test. Instead, Dooku tells Jango that he's picked them all due to his galaxy-wide reputation based on his skills and discretion, as well as being one of the few human bounty hunters who possess this. Dooku also never specified what Jango's compensation would be like he did in Legends, although he claims it would be more than enough for Jango to retire from his current line of work if he wanted to. Fortunately, thanks to the Absolutely Everything You Need to Know book, it's possible to learn that Jango's compensation was 20 million credits. Dooku also makes it clear to state that the clone army would be for the Republic, while never really specifying that in Legends, and making it a requirement for Jango to have to reside in Kamino in order to have regular access to his genetic template. Now while the canon version of the story is less detailed and shorter, the core itself still remains largely the same. Test or not, Dooku is still impressed enough with Jango to offer him such a life-changing deal. And in both versions, Jango still asks for an unaltered clone for himself as a son, one of which he would be able to not only take pride in, but to carry on his legacy. And that will do it for this episode. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and share it, along with subscribing to the channel to not only support it, but keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore released every week. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars related content. And if you want to support the channel, do check out our Patreon page. Or if you want to continue the conversation, join us on the official Silo Discord server. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.